situation on the ground?
The lines were starting to kind of come back together after repelling the Germans from the Ardennes and their incursion there in December. I think what was facing the Allies at that point was the big decision at the top, where Eisenhower was really wanting to use the might and the breadth of their over 50 odd divisions to kind of press the Germans all across the front simultaneously. And then, of course, you had the more famous debate between Eisenhower and Montgomery. Montgomery advocated using a very strong single thrust to crack through the German lines up north. And so, for a while in the early spring of 45, there was kind of this lull, if you will, from a strategic perspective, while Eisenhower was hoping that his broad front strategy would kind of gain ground in one of those areas. Montgomery's 21st Army Group had approached the Rhine up to the north, just not far from Arnhem, as a matter of fact, just 40 miles upriver on the Rhine. The closer they got to Germany, of course, the advantage for the Germans at that point was their ability to react more quickly across their front, because, of course, they had shortened supply lines at that point. They had all of the advantages of the infrastructure within Germany from a road perspective that, despite Allied bombing, was still allowed them to move troops pretty quickly. And so you had that across the Rhine attempt to get across down south. The Americans were pushing up not far, captured the bridge in Remagen.
If you think of that broad front strategy, and everyone is closing up onto the Rhine at a sort of a similar time, why is it decided to give it to Monty? I mean, in some respects, you might say with hindsight, he failed once. Arnhem's a problem for everybody. Why give it to Monty? Why not give Bradley a crack in the centre?
I feel sorry for Montgomery, because I feel like in a lot of ways you can't ever win. It's either he's too conservative, or he's too, and then when he tries to do something interesting, he's too frivolous or too wild. But Eisenhower was giving Bradley a chance to get his army moving. They were running against stiff resistance. They weren't making the progress that they had wanted to. But to be fair, in Montgomery's area, the 21 Army Group area, was the Ruhr, the industrial area of Germany. And so, to be fair, that really was where the opportunity to end the war earlier was, as opposed to down in the American sector. So in the Ruhr, you still had all of the German industry cranking out anti-aircraft guns, tank guns, self-propelled artillery, aircraft.
How about a radio check? Anybody got it on?
Again, you have the challenges of, did they have the fuel and the manpower to actually do anything with them? But I think the strategy there was, if we cut off the Ruhr industrial